It's not just a feeling to believe in yourself. It's a skill and a way of thinking about life. One clear fact about getting to know yourself is that how much you get done depends on how sure you are of yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, your goals and dreams can be taken away. Think about how often fear and doubt stop people with natural talent who are ready to do great things. First, let's talk about what it means to have trust in yourself. It doesn't just happen. You have to get to know and accept yourself first. The Stoics say that we can feel confident in ourselves when we know and accept our good and bad qualities and use them to our benefit. People have been telling us for a long time that real confidence comes from within, not from other people liking or praising us. Roman Stoic philosopher Epictetus said we shouldn't worry about things we can't change. Instead, he said, we should focus on things we can change, like how we think, feel, and act. We are stronger and better able to handle hard times when we think this way. Being honest is another important part of having self-confidence. Being honest about who you are, what you stand for, and what you want is important. Living by your own rules instead of what other people think of gives you a strong sense of inner peace and stability, which is important for having real confidence. To feel more secure, it's also helpful to think about and judge ourselves. When we look at ourselves, we can see what we need to work on and what we're proud of. We learn and grow all the time, which helps us know what we can do and get past our fears. A big part of having self-confidence is being strong when we mess up or fail. Stoicism says that we should see problems as chances to learn and get better. Instead of being afraid of our mistakes, we should accept them and learn from them. This makes us stronger and better prepared for what comes next. Last but not least, doing things boosts self-confidence. The Stoics said that it's not enough to think about ideas. You have to act on them. Try to live by these ideas every day by facing your fears, being strong, and sticking to what you believe in. You'll gain real confidence that lasts. First, get to know yourself. As you boost your confidence, think about what it means to really know yourself. It's not enough to just think about yourself when you do Stoic self-examination. You have to find out who you really are. What matters is not what you can do, but who you are. The great Stoic thinker Epictetus tells us to really look at ourselves and figure out what we're afraid of and why. Being able to honestly and deeply understand yourself is the key to having real self-confidence. Think about how important it is to know yourself well. It's not enough to know your skills and weaknesses. You also need to understand how they fit with the things you stand for. Stoicism is based on the idea that you can only truly understand yourself when you look at how your thoughts, feelings, and deeds fit together. This fight is what makes you feel so sure of yourself. What does this have to do with our everyday lives? Start by thinking about what you do first when things get tough. Think about whether I'm acting quickly or because it's what I really believe. You build your self-confidence when you act in ways that aren't scared or meant to show off, but because you know yourself and are being honest. Think before you act every day. Take a moment to ask yourself, is this really who I am and what I believe? You are being true to yourself and building your confidence every time you make a choice after giving it some thought. Remember that building your confidence starts with a simple but important step: getting to know yourself. Being honest with yourself is the most important thing. It takes time and patience. You'll have to face some hard facts along the way, but you'll also learn new strengths and skills. You need to know that it's okay to not know everything and to feel weak sometimes as you learn about yourself. It's important for your growth as a person to be okay with not knowing everything and to know your boundaries. You are free to try new things when you accept yourself in this way. These new experiences can change how you see the world and yourself. Knowing how strong your thoughts and views are is another important part of getting to know yourself. You can really feel more confident if you change how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself, and what you think about your skills. You can change how you think about yourself by talking to yourself more positively and asking yourself why you have worries about yourself. Being self-aware also means being aware of and accepting of your emotions. What makes you feel good and what scares you can tell you a lot. Listen to your emotions and try to figure out why you have them. This will help you figure out what drives you and what you really want. Being honest, staying true to your ideals, and always being yourself come from knowing yourself. Sometimes this is hard, especially when other people want you to act a certain way. Still, being true to yourself makes you feel better about yourself and helps you build deeper, more honest relationships with other people. To sum up, the best way to build confidence is to know yourself well. You not only understand who you are better as you learn more about yourself, but you also see the world in a new way and get along better with others. You will become a better person with each step you take in this process. You should also know that some things can't be changed. One important idea in Stoicism is to think about what you can and cannot control. Truly having faith that lasts is based on getting this right. It's not about giving up. It's about being okay with how things are. An important Stoic thinker named Epictetus says that how we react to things is more important than what they happen to us. It takes courage to accept what you can't do. Things like what other people do and what has already happened are out of your power. Accepting these limits gives you more energy and focus to work on the things you can change, like the things you do, say, and decide. It's important to accept yourself in order to build your inner power. First, think about what you do every day. Pay attention to the times you feel helpless and angry. Ask yourself, am I trying to manage something I can't? Your inner will gets stronger when you think about things you can change. This makes you stronger, more flexible, and more sure of yourself. Finally, having real self-confidence means being aware of what you can and cannot handle. You become stronger and more flexible when you accept the things you can't change and work on the things you can. You also become calm, which shows that you have real confidence. Let go of the things you can't change and make changes to the things you can. You can feel more calm inside when you think this way. When you agree with things you can't, when you stop worrying about having to control everything, you feel calmer. Being calm makes you think more about what you do and how you can make it better. It helps you deal with tough situations better. Not doing anything isn't really what it means to accept something. It means realizing that we can't change some things. We think about what we can do and what we're good at more now. We feel more in charge and independent when we think this way. It shows us that we can pick how to respond to things in life, even if we can't change them. This could mean letting go of anger from the past or worries about what's to come in real life. We can't change the past or know what will happen in the future, but what we do today can make our lives better. To build confidence, it's also important to be kind to yourself, especially when things go wrong. You can think clearly and keep going with purpose if you know that everyone makes mistakes, and that's how we learn. Accepting things helps you live a more honest life in the end. You'll have more energy to live by your beliefs and do what you love when you stop trying to control things you can't change. This makes life more interesting and satisfying, and having a clear goal and being honest makes you more confident. It's good to be okay with things you can't change and work on things you can. This will help you feel more secure. You should be aware of what you do and calm down, knowing that you can't change everything but how you respond. In this way, you not only gain confidence, but also knowledge and peace of mind, which makes your life richer and more important. Third, Being able to focus means ignoring everything else and giving attention to what's important. The Stoics say that what we think about a lot affects how good our life is. It's about making smart decisions about what to focus on and what to ignore. Aristotle said that the thoughts we have shape our lives. It takes practice and self-control to pay attention to what's important. It's hard to stay focused when there are so many things going on around us. Stoic methods really help in this situation because they teach your mind to ignore things that aren't important. You learn to keep your eyes on your real dreams and goals. Find out what's distracting you before you try to stay away from it. A lot of people worry too much, use social media too much, or try to make everyone happy. Once you know what they are, you can do something to lessen their effect. You could learn to say no to things that don't fit with your beliefs, or set times when you don't use technology. On top of that, some routines like meditation can help you focus better. It will help you train your mind to be in the present moment. One more thing that can help you is to ask yourself every day, what's the most important thing I need to do today? This will help you stay focused on what you need to do and boost your confidence as you live your life your way. Remember that focusing isn't just a skill, it's a way of life that means ignoring nothing but the most important things. You not only get more done, but you also feel calm, which is very important for being sure of yourself. That's how Stoics see how important it is to concentrate. Get tougher, make yourself stronger. Stoicism teaches us a very important lesson. You don't are born tough, you learn to be tough. Stoic toughness is more than just getting through hard times. It means seeing problems as chances to make things better. If you want to be patient, you should remember what Seneca said. It's not what happens to you, but how you deal with it that really shows who you are. Every issue or tough situation has a lesson hidden inside it. When things go wrong, don't give up. Instead, ask yourself, what can this teach me? This way of thinking turns every mistake into a chance to do better and makes you stronger. When things get tough, being strong really means being tough as a rock. Trouble doesn't scare you or make you run away. You face it head on. When you face your fears and get through them, you get stronger and more sure of yourself. Remember that being tough isn't just about getting through tough times. It's also about finding the good in them. Every day can look different when you use perseverance. You might have to do something you've been putting off or deal with something big, like getting over a loss. Always try to keep a calm attitude. What matters is not what happens, but how you handle it. That's why you should be sure of yourself when things get hard, because every hard time is a chance to get better and stronger. This is what it means to be stoic, to turn problems and hard times into strengths and ways to move forward. If you stay strong, your confidence will grow even more. Accepting that life won't always be easy or fair is also part of being strong. It means knowing that we can get through hard times. It's not about giving up when we accept that hard times are a part of life and that we're strong enough to deal with them. Think about the long term instead of just worrying about today's problems if you want to be tough, like a Stoic. You have to think about the future and see how these hard times can help you get better in the long run. Another great way to get stronger is to be thankful. Thoughts about what you have instead of what you don't have can help you stay upbeat even when things are tough. Being thankful changes the way you see problems so that you see them as chances to learn and get better. Being tougher gets better when you get help from other people and are part of a group. During hard times, it's very helpful to be with people who care about and understand you. These links not only make you feel better, but they also help you remember that you're not alone in your problems. Being tough as a Stoic is a promise to keep growing in the end. It means seeing every event, good or bad, as a chance to learn something new about yourself and the world around you. This way of thinking helps you enjoy the ups and downs of life, believing that you can handle and achieve no matter what. In conclusion, being tough is a great way to deal with things in life. When things get tough, we should face them, learn from them, and use them to get stronger and more sure of ourselves. Being strong and tough helps us not only get through hard times, but also get better, stronger, and more sure of ourselves. Get more humble. It's easy to act too proud when you're trying to be sure of yourself. But being sure of yourself doesn't have to mean being cocky. It is very important to be humble in Stoic thought. Being humble is one of the best traits a person can have. Epictetus said that you can't learn anything new if you think you already know everything. Being humble helps you learn, get better, and connect with other people in a real way. When you choose between humility and vanity, you're not picking between weakness and strength. You're choosing to understand your own limits and value the knowledge and worth of others. A humble person knows that they can always learn something new and get better, no matter how smart or skilled they are. Epictetus says that being humble doesn't mean putting yourself down. It means having a good view of yourself and realizing that you're not the most important person in the world. It can be hard to become more humble every day, especially when people care more about how things look than what they are. Try not talking as much and listening more. Know that you don't have to be right all the time and respect what other people think. When you do well, let other people know. Remember that everyone you meet has been through things you haven't. When you become more humble, your confidence grows steadily and over time. People admire and look up to you more, and you become more open and flexible. Being truly humble not only makes you a better person, it also helps you connect with other people better. Try to be humble. Being calm is the best way to really feel confident. To be humble, you have to be able to see and praise other people's wins and good points. This shows them that we value them and helps us see how each person brings something unique and important to the table. This helps us value how different people are and how their success doesn't make someone else less important. When we are humble, we recognize that we don't know everything and that we may need help from people who do. It means you're strong, not weak. We can grow and improve our ties with others if we are willing to learn from them and work together. Being humble also means taking a moment to consider what we did, admitting when we were wrong and trying to make things right. It's very important for getting better. We can feel more confident when we know our skills and weaknesses, which comes from being honest with ourselves. Being grateful for what we have, our friends and family, and the chances we get is part of being humble. It helps us pay attention to what's important. Being thankful keeps us connected to the world and to each other, making us feel like we're a part of something bigger. To sum up, one of the most important Stoic traits for building strong, long-lasting confidence is humility. It helps us value ourselves without putting too much stock in ourselves, to always learn from other people and the things around us, and to be honest and show respect to other people. Being more humble makes us better people and the world a better place to live by showing more care, respect, and connection. Before we move on, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us a lot and costs you nothing. Never miss out on any of our videos about Stoicism and the way you can master your life. Know your own values and live by them. Know what you believe and live by it. Real, long-lasting confidence comes from living in a way that supports the things you believe in. You need to live by your beliefs every day, not just know them. Stoics believe it is very important to be honest and true to yourself. People must act on their beliefs. As Epictetus said, talking about doing the right thing isn't enough. You have to actually do it. They help you decide what to do and how to live your life. Believe in the things that matter most to you, like being honest, loyal, brave, or kind. Figure out what's most important to you and follow those rules. When you live with integrity, what you say and do is in line with what you believe and value. Sometimes, people try to get you to do things that go against what you believe in. You feel better about yourself every time you choose to be true to yourself over the easy way out. You show yourself that what you believe is true and important to you. Start with small changes in your daily life to make sure what you do matches what you believe is right. If you value honesty, you should always tell the truth, even if it's tough. Feel good about being kind. Do good things for other people, even if no one sees. You can become the person you want to be by doing these little good things every day. Always keep in mind that living by your beliefs is a process, not a destination. Of course, you will make mistakes along the way, but what counts is that you learn from them. Not only do you feel better about who you are, but you also become a good example for others when you set your own standards and stick to them. To live a happy, purposeful, and sure of yourself life, you must stay true to your beliefs. Being true to your beliefs means telling people the truth, keeping your promises, and acting in a way that shows what's important to you. Being honest about what you think not only makes you feel better, but it also builds trust in other people. To live by your beliefs, you have to take responsibility for what you do and the things that happen because of it. When you own up to your mistakes and make things right, you show that you care about your values. It's very important to regularly think about what you're doing. You can be sure you're living your life in line with your values when you think about what you've done and chosen. A great way to keep growing and getting better is to do this self-check every so often. Show gratitude every day. Being grateful is a key part of being strong and boosting your confidence. It's not enough to be grateful for the big things in life. You should also value the little things and be thankful for them. Alexander the Great once said, "When you wake up in the morning, think of what a precious gift it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Write down 3 things you're thankful for every morning. A warm day, a good cup of coffee, or the smile of a loved one could be all it takes. This practice helps you feel good by shifting your attention from what you don't have to what you do have. Being grateful also means noticing the work of others. Thank the people who help you and are kind, whether they are family, friends, or even strangers. Thanking people makes relationships stronger and creates a group of people who will support you. Appreciating the problems you face is another part of being grateful. Instead of seeing them as problems, see them as chances to get better and learn. This point of view not only makes you stronger, but it also helps you understand and value life's challenges more. Be open to learning and being curious. Getting more knowledgeable and skilled makes you feel more confident. Stoic learning isn't just about doing well in school. It's also about being interested in yourself and the world around you. This quote by Epictetus makes learning very important. Only the educated are free. Commit to learning something new every day. It could be an idea, a fact, or a skill. This constant learning keeps your mind busy and active, and it also makes it easier for you to handle new situations. Being curious also means being willing to hear other points of view. Talk to people who have had different situations and hold different beliefs. This not only helps you understand more, but it also teaches you to care about others and accept differences. Remember that you can learn new things all your life. You can always learn something new, and each new thing you know makes you smarter and more confident. To sum up, Stoicism helps you build self-confidence by teaching you to be tough, humble, and grateful, as well as by living by your own views and being open to learning new things and being curious all the time. These principles will help you live a happier, stronger, and more confident life, where problems are seen as chances to learn and grow, and every moment is a chance to do so. If you want to have real and strong self-confidence, you need to choose and stick to your personal values. It shows you the way and gives your life goals. You improve yourself and help other people when you act in line with your values. Being true to your ideals will help you live a happy, meaningful, and confident life.